You're listening to 102.7 Chop FM, and this is ArtsTalk. Good evening. You're listening to 102.7 Chop FM, and this is ArtsTalk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Koss.
And this show is dedicated to bringing the arts to Newmarket. Not just the musical arts, although there's always plenty of musicians, but any artist practicing any discipline, be the amateur or professional. If you're in the arts and would like to appear on this show, then drop us a line. How do you do that, Taylor?
You could send us an email at artstalk102.7@gmail.com, or you could visit our Facebook page and send us a message there.
Fantastic.
That always tongue ties me. Send us a message there. Is that a lot of S's?
A message there.
Send it all. Facebook.
as a singer, you think you'd be able to handle that.
Yeah, you know.
Seemingly simple thing. But don't forget to listen every Wednesday at 6.
More or less.
More or less.
Tonight we have output from St. Catharines, which is a killer band, but unfortunately the traffic is killer tonight.
Because they're coming from St. Catharines.
St. Catharines. So thank you guys for coming out this far. If you're listening, I know you're in your car right now.
They may be outside of the broadcast range of 102.7, but if you are in your car, we really appreciate you coming.
Yes, and they'll be here soon.
And in the meantime, we have some things to talk about.
Yeah, we do, because there's lots going on in the arts around Newmarket and in Newmarket.
There really is a lot going on, especially on the music scene.
Definitely.
Where should we start? Should we start with the Stouffville
Guinness
Book of World Record thing?
Yeah, so that was a cool thing. So it's still going on right now. There's a live stream if you YouTube or Google Epidemic Music Group. Anywhere, basically, you search that, you'll find a live stream that it's a 16-day long concert, which now has to be 17 days long.
Because Detroit did 17?
Because Detroit did 17 days long. And I actually...
Maybe we should explain that to the listeners.
Okay, so...
This was an attempt to establish a new Guinness World Record for the longest concert, which means playing music every hour on the hour, 24 hours a day. And the previous record was, I guess, 16 days or 15 and a half days or something like
16
that.
16 days. So each band plays a 55-minute set. You can only have 30 seconds between each song, and you can only have 5 minutes between changeovers between bands. 5 minutes between bands. That's
and if
crazy.
Anybody's been to a live show with more than one band, they know it takes more than 5 minutes.
Sometimes people dilly-dally.
They dilly-dally. The drummer needs to tune his hi-hat. So 5 minutes between bands is intense.
It is intense, and it's a small room. So Rubella played it on Sunday morning at 10 in the morning, and it was a blast. It's really cool. And if you're interested to hear or see any of the bands that have played already, there's there's recorded videos online of the live streams that have already been played.
Where do you go for that? Because I was going to check Rubella's set out, but I didn't know where to go.
There's I believe it's called twitch.tv. So if you go to the YouTube live stream of the event that's happening right now, if you go into the description, there's a link. It's twitch.tv or something like that, and it will show you all the bands and there's like videos that are like 2 days long. So you got to sift through it a little bit. But
can you fast forward?
Oh, yeah. You can skip through it. And
no, unfortunately, I missed the Rubella set at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, but I was there to see another friend of mine, John Lemmy.
Yes.
And the vibe was really friendly, really good, really positive.
Yeah.
Did you find that?
Totally. Everyone had the same goal. We all have the same goal in mind. It's to beat this record, but also to have a good time.
Yeah, have a good time. Yeah.
Like to be supported and have the help you need. And we had a really, really good time, and it was a lot of fun. I've never sang that early in my life. So some songs were a little stressful, but other than that, it was a really, really good time.
Were you stressed out about the 30 seconds between songs? Was that an issue?
Sometimes, but you have a countdown in front of you. So it shows you how long you have. So when you get to about, 10 seconds left, people start to snap their fingers at you and say, all right, let's keep this going, let's keep it going. And then, so it's great. You have a lot of support. And it's a good time. People are very supportive, and it's good.
The pub's called the Earl of Whitchurch.
Yep.
Which is on Stouffville Road, like kind of the main
It's
drag.
Main Street, I think, in Stouffville.
Main Street when you get into
Yeah.
Stouffville there.
Yeah.
A nice pub and
Yeah, it's nice.
a very nice vibe.
It kind of reminds me of the Grey Goat on Main Street.
Yeah, very
I
similar.
had the same vibe
Yeah.
feeling in there.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So each day supports a new charity, which is kind of cool
Yes,
also.
yeah.
They're selling swag. They've got
Yeah, there's like
world's
a
longest concert t-shirt.
yeah, and like the whole back of the T-shirt is like the 400 bands
Oh,
that are. I don't know if
400 bands.
it doesn't seem like 400 on there, but yeah, I
400
guess
bands.
small text, small font.
Honestly, an astonishingly huge number of bands.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, and the amount. And it just made me feel so nice though, and so good to see that sort of community in this area, because
Yeah.
it's like sometimes you worry that people don't really care anymore, or that there's not really a lot of artists out there, or that, but they all seem to like come out of their shell,
Yeah.
and they all were down to do this thing to prove something for the music scene in Southern Ontario or whatever. So
Just the
It was very
thought
cool.
of it logistically gives me a headache, though.
Yeah, no, I can't
trying to
imagine.
pull it all off.
no, I know there's a lot of people volunteering their time to get
a
it
lot
done.
of volunteers.
So Mark Pez from BS 101, he was our stage manager on Sunday, and I believe he's been doing that either every day or on and off. I think they have shifts and how they're like organizing their time so that
Really?
yeah. So
We've had Pez on the show.
Yes, we have.
He's insane.
but he was what was his name? I can't remember his name. What was it? It was
wasn't
like
Pez, though.
Pez. I don't know. I don't know. It was
something.
like lasagna, something like
Yeah, no,
silly.
that was the other guy who was
No, he was
Gino Lasagna.
He
or
was
something.
the specimen.
Oh yeah, was that Pez?
I can't
thought Pez was
remember.
the other guy.
Pez also goes as Marky Monday. So anyways, Pez got all sorts of names. But anyways, he was super, super helpful. And it was really nice to have a familiar, like a friend, helping us as well.
Because
a little less pressure.
it was fairly intense. I mean, the organizers
yeah.
have to make sure, because I remember there were 2 fixed cameras keeping an eye on the stage
Yeah.
to prove that
Yeah.
and count the time.
Yeah.
So the stage managers had to be sure you were on and off.
Oh yeah, and the other rule is that no song can be shorter than 2 minutes.
Right.
So we played "Fell in Love with the Girl," and we're
Which
all
is a
worried
minute
it's
and a
about
half,
no,
right?
it's about 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes?
And so we kind of had to extend it, but it's little things like that where those people were helping us they kept us going, telling us how long we had, told us when we could stop. So it was a really good learning experience. It's good to be on your toes a bit like that and to have to perform because nobody wants to ruin that record. So you know what I heard? I have a weird, funny story. This is what I heard about the Detroit attempt. That was happening at the same time. They started, I think, like 7 to 9 days earlier than the Stouffville
Right.
group did. And I heard this poor, unfortunate soul was a DJ. And there was a DJ in their lineup, and that's just totally against the rules, I guess, because literally, I'm not saying, no offense to DJs, but that's not playing music,
Right.
Organically. It's
Pressing
pushing buttons,
buttons,
and I guess I could argue, or they could argue, a keyboard or a synth might be something similar, but I would argue that
Bit of a stretch,
back.
bit of a
Yeah.
stretch.
So, anyways, I heard it was a DJ that kind of busted the record for them. That they had a DJ come on, and that was just like, it wasn't acceptable. It wasn't in the rules. That's what I heard. Not sure if this is true. I don't want to, spread any rumors.
Well, this is what I was thinking,
but-
Taylor, was you get down to day 16,
Yeah.
you're almost at the record,
Uh-huh.
and then you mess a song up. Like, what was the rules? They sent you, I remember you showed me, they sent you a text
Yeah, there's tons
that
of rules.
had the rules. And the basic rule for the band was, don't stop.
Don't stop.
Once you start a tune.
If you start a song and you screw up and you stop your song, your whole band will be pulled off stage. Another rule was no members of the band can leave the stage while in between your 55 minutes. So if the guitar player is rocking out like crazy and he just falls off the stage, the rest of you are going with him because they will not. Yeah, like there was a lot of regulations to it, so it was a lot of pressure to just. I'm glad because I have a piano in front of me, so I can't fall. If I fall, I'm going to fall on my piano. It's going to be fine.
Were you?
I didn't fall, though.
Were you distracted by the rules while you were performing?
Not so much. I honestly was kind of like, I want to keep going, and some of the guys were like, we got 30 seconds, you might as well talk, and I was in my head so stressed out about these rules. I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about other than let's just do this.
Next tune.
So, but we actually went through our whole set. It was good. It was really good.
So if anybody wants to check it out, it's the Earl of Whitchurch Pub
Yeah.
in Stouffville.
Go until next Sunday at least.
At least, and maybe a bit longer than that. It sounds
I
like
would
their
think
plan
so.
might be to stretch it out to 17 or 18 days
Yeah.
to make the
Break
record a
that
little
record.
harder to break.
Yeah.
Or break it for real.
Let's do it, guys.
Wow, that's
Woo!
cool. You're listening to ArtsTalk on 102.7. Chop FM. I'm Taylor Koss.
I'm Dave Peters.
And we are talking about stuff we want to talk about while we wait for Output to join us here from...
I think we could listen to some Output, but before we do, I want to talk a little bit about the show going on this week in Newmarket.
Yes, because here's the other thing that's going on in Newmarket. At the Grey Goat, which has become a real solid venue for live original music. Upstairs, if you've been to the Grey Goat, you might have had a meal or a drink on the beautiful patio there.
Yeah.
It might be the best patio in New York region with that raised above
New York
Main Street.
region, oh yeah.
Great bar, great pub. But upstairs, there's live music. What's going on there on Friday night?
So on Friday night, we got a lot of bands playing. One of them is Hysterics, which is I play bass in with Laura DeRocks and Zach Zilois. I can never love you, Zach. Zachy is what I call you. But anyways, yeah. So we have Middle Aged Bottle Rocket playing. We have Beaver Slap from Barrie, Ontario. We have Die Sci-Fi from close to Barrie. Sort of a Newmarket band. We had them on last week, wasn't it?
We did,
Sci-Fi.
yeah.
Then we have High Heels Lo-Fi, which is a amazing, really, really fun drunk rock band. If anyone knows what that means. They're from Toronto, and they will also be an ArtsTalk later next month.
Excellent.
And then we have Hysterics.
You're headlining.
Yeah, I guess. We're playing last. That's what it means.
You're playing last.
I don't know. Anyways, but we're going to put on some Output. These guys are on their way. They'll be here any minute. So let's hear some Output. This song is called Sad Excuse, and it's my favorite off their latest EP. So Output on 102.7 Chop FM.
These echo waves will fade
That was Output with Sad Excuse on 102.7 Chop FM. You're listening to ArtsTalk. We are going to have Output in the studio in just a couple of minutes. But first, we're going to listen to Participation Trophy on ArtsTalk on 102.7 Chop FM.
Tell me what you wanna be. Don't wait for something different. You gotta change.
participation trophy on 102.7 Chop FM. This is ArtsTalk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Goss.
And we have Output in the house.
How's it going?
all the way from beautiful St. Catharines, Ontario.
Yes, sir. Just on time.
So,
Just on time.
would you guys leave like yesterday?
Yeah, like 4.
Traffic
You
was
were
a
at
brutal.
4?
Yeah,
Oh,
a lot of traffic.
guys.
For real?
A lot of traffic, but
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, it
goodness.
took us some time.
we made it. We made it.
Bad.
Guys, we really appreciate
We do.
the effort, man.
No problem.
That's so great.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can find us. We can chat a little bit while Taylor tries to set the technology
Yeah,
up.
no worries.
Of course, of course.
So let's talk a little bit about Output. Dre Dupuis,
Hello.
Dre, Adam Warren,
Yep, right here.
and Jesse Boulet.
How's it going?
Going good. Good to have you guys here. Let's talk about the history of the band. When'd you meet?
I've actually known this guy since I was 4 years old,
4?
and this guy since I was about 6. So,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We all childhood friends. I met Dre through Jesse
Yeah.
around probably 10, 11 years old.
Really?
Now, they were in bands together for many years. I just kind of moved back to Ontario in 2013-ish and started playing in bands. And when their band broke up and my band broke up, we kind of mutually made an agreement to come together and make this awesome
Because y'all got
project.
along, you're all friends.
Of course,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
of course.
childhood homies.
Chemistry was already there.
And you had an idea what each other could do as musicians
course,
a
Oh,
little
very
bit,
much so.
right?
Yeah, very
Yeah,
much
we
so.
jammed together. We actually, both our bands used to share a jam space.
Really?
So it was fun. I'd
Wha-
watch their practice, they'd watch mine.
Why were you excluded initially? You're not good enough?
No, not that I wasn't good enough. Just
Just
that
joking.
they had their own project going when I came back to Ontario, and when we started hanging out, I was really getting into it and wanted to sort of make my own band at the time because they were doing their thing. I wanted to do mine.
Why was that? You were writing your own tunes at that
Yep.
time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was writing my own music, and unfortunately, it kind of all happened in around the same month. Both our bands broke up unexpectedly. It wasn't like a planned thing or anything.
Really?
My band broke up, and a week later, their band had broken up, and these two were looking for a member, and I was looking for members. So we kind of realized, hey, it would just be in our best interest if I stopped playing guitar and picked up a bass
Yeah.
and joined with these guys.
How far back does that go? Well, like when did that happen?
That happened.
We played our last show in our last project, September of
25th.
2015.
Of 2015.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we came together, I'd say, that following October,
Yeah.
and started writing, and then we had our first show July of 2016. So we've been kind of just playing shows ever since.
So when you got together in 2015, you all brought a certain amount of existing tunes that you might have wanted to throw into the mix, or did you start writing new stuff together?
It's all new stuff.
All
mainly.
new stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
No
fresh
legacy,
direction.
no legacy tunes from any of the
Nope.
other bands.
No, not
No.
really. Maybe a riff here and there, but nothing that was ever
Oh,
concrete.
you're ripping it off for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. There's only so many notes.
Well, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
But so what did you do? You sit down together and say, let's start writing songs?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. I think we already had kind of an idea of what style we wanted to be, or like what direction we wanted to go towards. Not
How would you
necessarily.
describe that? Because I asked Taylor,
Yeah,
how would you describe them? She said, why don't you ask them on the show? So here I am.
that's a
asking
good
you.
one.
It's a hard,
because,
yeah, I couldn't really explain it.
we
You're
actually
right.
go like we personally define ourselves as like earplug rock.
Earplug rock,
yeah.
like
Very
turn it
broad
down.
Or I don't know, like we also threw the term around space rock.
Space
I don't know, just some ambient sounds within
Okay.
loud music. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something that we've had a hard time pinpointing ourselves.
Just
I think.
loud rock and roll.
Yeah.
Maybe we could learn
I was just
something.
gonna, do you want to like hear it? Maybe
Well,
the
should we
listeners
play a
could
song,
do
maybe?
something? Yeah, let's see.
sure.
Alright,
Yeah,
yeah,
See
maybe
if
then
this
let
works
the
here.
listeners decide what
Oh,
this
I haven't
is.
heard this one.
So what are we going to hear first?
We're gonna do "Swell" by Output.
All
It's
right,
our most
Swell.
recent release off,
okay?
Yeah, of course.
off the EP.
All right.
All right, this is Swell by Output on 102.7 Chop FM.
Dreaming with blood eyes and barely breathing, close to a cosmic feeling. I'll wait for another sign. And I'll wait till the morning rise to cultivate what's mine. start kicking myself in privacy. It's your life and I won't stay expecting me to care. Fall so slow. She plays a penny please. We pay with tragic soul.
Swell by Output on 102.7 Chop FM. You're listening to ArtsTalk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Koss.
And we are in conversation with Output.
Woo!
Dre, Adam, and Jesse, all the way from beautiful St. Catharines, Ontario. How good is it in St. Catharines? So, guys, you've been friends since you were little. You came together in 2015 after having been in other bands for a long period of time.
Yep.
Started writing from scratch. Is there a principal songwriter in the band?
We all kind of pitch in.
Yeah,
I would
I'd say when it comes to, I don't know, like kind of when it comes to a writing method, it's really just throwing together either a certain guitar riff or a certain bass line, or even if it's like a certain drum intro and building off that. So it varies for
It's
sure.
mutual for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, very
collaborating,
kind of
really.
jam
So,
oriented.
Of course,
yeah,
very
organic.
jam oriented.
I'd
Yes.
say these two are more of the lyrics, for sure. I just kind of chill in the music background, but
nice.
yeah. Besides
awesome.
that, that's kind of like there's no principal songwriter. I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Dre
That
will
is
come
cool.
to us. Dre will come to us and say, "Hey guys, I've been working on this riff," and then we'll jam it out for like a day or two, and we'll start to feel it out, and it kind of grows into a song. Or maybe I'll say, "Hey, I have this part that might fit here," or "I want to try this," and he'll say, "Hey, that actually fits here." And we kind of work together as a team.
Good
Yeah,
for you
it's fun.
guys. You guys seem to be super, what's the word, like persistent. You guys are playing everywhere. I
Yeah.
keep seeing, like, I know you're from St. Catharines, but like you're playing in Barrie, you're playing here and there.
Trying to.
Do you
Yeah.
guys jam a lot? Like, do you jam once a week, twice a week,
Probably
every day? Like, what's your...
Well,
Just, I don't know. When we first, we just kind of moved into this new jam space. I'd say when we first got that, we were really excited about it.
Kind
Started
of
jamming
every
about
day.
Yeah.
probably about 5 times a week.
Nice.
And even
5
now,
times a week.
even now, we try to do as many times as we can
Yeah.
within our work schedules and such. But
Good for you guys.
yeah, probably at least on average 3 times, 4 times a week now.
And that's why they're so good.
That's it, man. Super tight. And who's scheduling all those gigs? You have management?
It's
Right
kinda
here,
just me,
Jesse-
yeah,
Jesse
kind of
Boulet.
trying to take care of it myself.
Yeah.
Good
I mean, you know, if someone ever wants to come along
for you.
and help out.
Calling all managers.
How should people reach you? Take advantage of the many, many ones and tens of people that listen to this
The
show.
thousands of
The
people.
many thousands of people.
Reaching the masses.
We can always be
Yes.
reached on our Facebook page, of course, or at outputniagara@gmail.com. It's a good way to reach us as well.
Output Niagara.
And you
Yeah.
guys got some music on Bandcamp, right? If
Yes,
you
we
want
do.
to
Yeah,
hear
actually, those 2
behind-
songs you've played are on Bandcamp.
Free
we brought a
download.
couple.
Well, you
Yeah.
listened to the other tune while you're driving in? Did you?
Yes,
We
we
did.
did.
We
We
actually,
did.
yeah. It's some weird sad excuse.
It's pretty
Oh, yeah.
inspiring to hear it.
You can tune on the radio,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
How
Extremely
great is that?
inspiring.
Yeah, very few of us have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Have you had that opportunity?
To listen. Yeah, actually, one time, you had Alex Maish on the show, and he played my old song, Upside Down. So I was
Yeah.
really excited to hear
That's
it.
right,
It
Upside
is really
Down.
exciting to hear your music on the radio.
It is,
Yeah,
very
It's a
much so.
blast.
So is the plan to try to make a living at this?
Yeah, essentially,
It's
it's
just-
what
I
I,
mean,
love to do.
yeah.
It's what he loves to do.
Ideally, I just want to tour and play music.
Yeah.
It's just something I think we all mutually love and want to achieve, I guess.
Can you set up a tour on a DIY basis though?
Oh yeah, we
yeah,
have.
we've done
We
several.
set up one
Have you?
in November.
Well,
We did I set up our own tour in November. We have one coming up in April, which we also set up, and then release tour in June as well. That's going to be going out east.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is those your connections, Adam, from people you know down east?
I'm working really hard to try and get a show going from my connections, but honestly, it's all Jesse's connections at this moment.
Really?
Yeah.
Good
Just
for you
work on
guys.
the
So,
phone.
yeah.
Phone, internet, emails, countless
So
emails.
when you call a venue, you say we're a 3-piece rock band. What? What else?
I describe us as an independent rock group from Niagara. It's kind of like a broad term, I'd say. Yeah, that's how I
Has
Just
the
looking
wine,
at the area, right?
has the wine industry called you about calling yourself Output Niagara? It sounds like something. Output Niagara is wine.
Oh
I'd
yeah.
love
Yeah.
to talk to him though. For sure. Maybe get an endorsement of some sort.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, some
Well,
kind of
maybe-
mutual thing
Maybe you
going.
could hook up with them.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah.
I'll take a 1% override for anything.
Wine tour, wine and output
Wine
tour.
rock, wine rock,
I
wine
can
rock.
smell
I
the
like
money.
All right, let's play
Yeah.
let's play another output tune here. This is Status Quo. What do we need to know about Status Quo?
This is an unreleased track from
Ooh.
that Swell session. So
Yeah.
we did 4 songs back in a year.
May of 2016.
Yep.
Yeah. So we only released 2 songs,
All right.
but we've got 2 unreleased that we never really did anything with.
So this will be the first time that
Anyone's
anyone
heard
has
it?
really heard.
No.
Oh my God,
kidding.
we're so
World
excited.
premiere here on ArtsTalk on 102.7. This is Output with Status Quo on 102.7.
Enjoy.
Chop FM. Output with Status Quo on 102.7 Chop FM. This is ArtsTalk. I'm Taylor Koss.
I'm Dave Peters.
And we are in conversation with Output, Dre, Adam, and Jesse
So-
from Output, all the way from beautiful St. Catharines, Ontario,
Oh yeah.
down the Niagara region,
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
region. So we were talking off the air about your connection to this part of the world, Niagara region with York region, Simcoe region, and it's one Adam Vetter.
It's just all Adam Vetter.
It's all
He's like the
Adam
best
Vetter.
Love you, Adam
networking tool
Vetter.
you can ever have.
Adam, I don't know how he works a day job. He's
Oh.
I totally agree.
In every
Five
band.
fans, yeah.
He's our
big shout
boy.
out to Adam.
We love Adam Vetter.
So what happened? Did he was he playing down in your neck of the woods and met you guys, or what happened?
I think we just got
We met
connected
him,
through an old show.
yeah, we met him through a previous band.
Yeah.
At the Fox Lounge in Barrie. So
Cool.
through that, yeah.
Is there something like the Fox Lounge in St. Kitts?
There will be.
Yeah.
It's
We're
gonna
actually
be-
it's really exciting time for like a new venue in St. Catharines. That's going to be open. It's had a few delays. It was supposed to open fall of last year, but now it's just about to open, called Warehouse in St. Catharines.
Warehouse
it's
I heard
concert
about it.
venue. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
concert
definitely going to be like
You need a rock
place.
bar, right? You need
That's
a,
what it's
That'll
gonna
be-
yeah.
that'll
be
it's
awesome.
literally going to be
Yeah.
the most perfect rock bar.
And Newmarket needs that too. And funny enough, Taylor and I are meeting with some people where we talk about that very thing. Like there's some bars in town that do a good job and they do their best to support local acts, original music.
Right.
But
Sometimes you need the more appropriate like setting though, where it's not just a pub where you set up on the floor and like it's really nice. And it sounds like Warehouse is going to be a little bit of a bigger venue.
Oh,
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's also run by someone named Eric Dixon, who is very much
I had
keeping
been
the music
mentioning
scene
this.
You
alive.
did Indoor
Yeah.
Shoes.
Indoor shoes, yes,
exactly.
that's his label in St. Catharines.
I'd say he's basically the main guy to go to basically book a show or go see a show anywhere in St. Catharines.
Okay.
He's really doing a lot for us.
He kills it.
Good.
Yeah.
So-
you guys are playing with Heart Attack Kids, right?
Yeah.
We saw, so they played in Newmarket, a couple weeks ago, and totally blew everyone away. They're amazing.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's a wicked
unreal.
show.
Huge for a two-piece.
Right?
Yeah.
Crazy. And they're brothers?
No.
Oh, someone told me they're brothers.
No.
Okay. Rumors are spreading around.
Brothers from other mothers.
Brothers from other mothers. But no, yeah, they were fantastic. So what date is that show?
The 14th.
14th of April.
Of April.
Yeah.
So in the St. Catharines area, check it out. Warehouse, right?
Yes, Warehouse concert hall.
Check out the Warehouse. So let's talk about this music we've been listening to. This was all recorded since you guys got together, obviously. Did you pick a studio? Or are you doing this DIY in the basement? How's it all getting recorded?
This was done in a studio.
Yeah, some guy that we know through another band, Adam Bentley. He owns a little studio in Hamilton in his backyard.
Called
And-
Tape?
Cool.
Called Tape, yeah.
That's
And
cute. That's nice.
so we've worked with him before, and we're really comfortable around him for sure. So that's when we decided to do the first tracks. That's kind of where we
It's almost a no
gravitated towards, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he-
really good vibes, good guy.
Understood your music?
Understood the music. Wasn't overbearing, trying to like change everything about this. Like he's not a producer.
That's
he's
good.
an engineer. You know.
It's a fine line, right?
Definitely.
He can make a contribution about a bridge, about a fill,
Yeah.
or whatever, but you don't want to change it and take it
Exactly.
over.
Yeah, you
yeah.
can have your opinions and everything, but I think it's important to know your role when you're recording. Like,
Of
if
course.
you're hired to be the engineer, you're not the producer. Anyways.
Shut up and slide the knobs.
Not so much. I would say it a bit more politely than that, but you just got to know your role. So that's really cool. So
Yeah.
you're working on upcoming releases,
Yeah,
recording.
that one's
Yeah.
going to be very cool.
Yeah, we recorded something in January
Ooh.
at a new place in London this time called the Sugar Shack. And
Great name.
yeah, it's a great studio.
Great studio.
They have a
Wicked.
studio cat. I mean, you can't not love it. Miss Winston.
Aw. Shout out to Miss Winston.
So you got the stuff you did in Hamilton and the stuff you are working on currently?
It's all finished. We actually just got test presses back, so we're gonna be releasing it on 7-inch record. 2 of the songs.
Wicked.
How many tunes?
So
Two?
we recorded 4,
Okay.
but 2 are gonna be, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
Wow.
5.
We did 5, but 2 are gonna be released on this upcoming release. And then there's gonna be a
Follow.
little tour to go with that, and then a
Oh.
follow-up release.
Yeah.
So you've got other stuff in the can?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
lots
oh, yeah.
planned, lots planned.
Woo.
Output doesn't like
Busy
to
boys.
to just sit around. We're trying to keep moving as much as
It's
possible,
like
like
you're
you
looking
said.
ahead. and
Always
you're
playing
Oh, yeah.
shows,
Yeah.
always moving forward,
Good.
always trying to continue writing, continue playing, and just not stop.
Yeah, because in this
Yeah.
process, we're even still writing. Like you said, we just came up. Wow, we're like on a 3rd new song now, so that hasn't even been recorded. So we're just trying
Wicked.
to continue forward.
So the name does suggest that, output.
Exactly.
Is that why you came up with that name, which sort of says,
To be
here
honest,
it is?
There was a lot of different options before output.
it's hard to pick a band.
They were all
It's so
taken.
hard. I know, right?
Everything
It's
was
like you go
taken.
through the list and taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
In the end, I'm happy with what we came out with, but
It's punchy, short,
Definitely
Yeah.
punchy.
and it certainly describes the energy that I'm feeling about, we
course.
got stuff to put out.
Yeah.
So, now you're both in bands for long periods of, or you're all in band for long periods of time before that. Is there a different thing happening here? Is different energy happening here? Different output, if I may, happening
Just
here?
everyone's on the same page.
yeah.
So that's
Driven.
always
Driven. I know,
Great.
sort of with our old bands, not in specifically one member, but just the bands weren't doing as much as this band. I think with all 3 of us on the same page, we can really push forward and do a lot more.
It seems like you all have responsibilities or roles, like you're all pushing the band forward. Whereas sometimes
Trying,
bands, you
yeah.
can have 1 or 2 members that don't really care or don't, they rely on the other members to keep you going.
Of course.
Yeah.
So if you guys are all in it together, then that's
It's a
why
really
you're
good
doing
point,
so
right?
good.
It's everything, right? It's like practice and rehearsal and writing and all those other things.
Yeah.
If you feel like it's equal contribution,
Exactly.
then it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's comforting for sure.
Yeah.
Rather than just putting all this work into it and knowing that 1 or 2 of the guys are just not into
Yeah,
it.
it's a lot of pressure for 1 or 2 people.
So. For sure.
Of course.
It's nice.
Now, as you know, we are in, this is a big machine here, Chop FM. So we don't have a ton of time, but we want to hear at least one more song. How long is Death Wish?
It's our shortest
It's
song.
like a minute and 30 seconds.
All right, let's play Death Wish and then we'll say goodbye after
Sounds
that,
like
right?
a plan.
So, do we need to, it's quite the title. Do we need to know anything about Death Wish?
What's this song about?
It's
We just want here to answer that.
it's about Pop-Tarts.
What's your
Basically a
favorite
Death
flavor?
Wish.
Just chocolate. I'm
Okay.
a simple man.
I like the strawberry.
You're a simple
We
man.
love, we love Simple here at ArtsTalk. This is Output with Death Wish on 102.7 Chop FM. Death Wish by Output on 102.7 Chop FM. This is ArtsTalk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Koss.
And we are in conversation with Dre, Adam, and Jesse from Output. So, guys, we're pretty much out of time. So let's talk about and remind everybody where they can find your music. Where do they look online?
Facebook is where you can find, or YouTube.
Was
you
it
can find,
output.com or?
So the Bandcamp is outputniagara.bandcamp.com. So there you'll find
outputniagara.bandcamp.com.
our Swell EP. On YouTube, we have a video that we just recently released, a live session.
Sad Excuse.
For Sad Excuse, so you can
Super
check that
awesome.
out as well.
Yeah.
And then for any show updates, you can check out our Facebook or Instagram. And you just type
Also,
in
Output Niagara.
Output Niagara.
Also
yeah.
Output
All
Niagara
right,
on
Output
Instagram.
Niagara.
And then, for shows in the area, we'll be here or in Barrie, April 21st at the Fox Lounge.
Wicked.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Check them out at the Fox Lounge. Dre Dupuis, Adam Warren, Jesse Boulay from Output. Thank you so much for coming,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
for having
ArtsTalk.
us.
Really, really appreciate you coming all this way to show up on this show. The music sounds great, and you guys are obviously so stoked and committed to it. It's tremendous to see. We wish you nothing but the best success.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
Thank
much.
you so much for coming. Taylor, who's on next week?
Next week we got two shows next
We
week.
do. That's right. It's a
Oh
crazy
yeah,
week.
it's like the week of like what's it called? Hard rock and females, I think. So we have Van Halst on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, and
Then we have the
Saturday.
White Swan on
White
Saturday, which features
Swan.
Mercedes Lander of Kitty, which I'm all fangirling
Oh my
over.
goodness!
Don't
Gonna
tell
go
her.
fangirl. But we're gonna head out of here with one more Output tune
Yes.
called "Sad Excuses." So join us next week, and thank you for joining us this week. This is "Sad Excuse" by Output on 102.7.
Chop FM.